Welcome to the Red, White, and You podcast brought to you by Bank Solar, a great new partner of Allen Americans Hockey. And boy, what a job they did on the Allen Americans Bank Solar Lounge. The guy behind that, the genius, the mad scientist, sometimes as we like to call him, the one and only, the president and alternate governor of your Allen Americans, the one and only Mike Waddell.
How you doing this morning?
Well, I'm doing very well, thank you. Happy Sunday. Crazy weekend, no games. That's where I want to start. Obviously, it was out of our control, right? And you're going to have things like that come up throughout the season, especially in the world we're living in right now, not only in hockey, but in every sport they're dealing with situations. But I thought we had a fun day yesterday. Got a chance to get out to the arena and watch the guys on the ice, and they were out there having fun. They were loose. They were doing their scrimmage, and now we move on from that.
It really is an opportunity to keep moving forward and to see the enthusiasm, even with the players who we know are not going to be a part of our roster whenever we go to Kansas City on the 23rd. But they're still out there playing, showing that enthusiasm. They just want to play hockey. And that's a real credit to Steve Martinson, our head coach and general manager, to get the right type of people to play his type of hockey here in Allen. And that's what our fans love, and that's what they are excited to see coming back for our remaining 31 home games. But absolutely a very disappointing weekend, but an opportunity. Over 2,000 fans engaged at different points yesterday with our Facebook Live coverage of practice. It was not the most polished production of all time, and we get that because really none of our productions this year are really to the level that we want them to be, because we have to be on this. We have to be on Zoom. We have to be socially distanced. And even yesterday, the amount of precautions that you and myself and Ryan Schroeder had to take just to be in the building anywhere near our players really underscores the outstanding job. And we have to lead this off with this. The outstanding job that Jordan Dutton, our chief COVID officer, has done with the Allen Americans of making sure that our bubble is tight, that our guys are doing what they need to do, that they're safely tucked away in their beds over at Magnolia at the Green where they live, and that we are really taking this seriously because we have one goal, and that's to win a fifth championship for the Allen Americans coming up in July of 2021. And hey, it's only it's less than 6 months away.
You're right. And I mean, it is a credit to Jordan and to our staff and the respect that they have for the game that we love and we're a part of. Some play, some work in the office here, because these are guys in their 20s, right? I mean, they want to get out. They want to have fun. You remember your 20s. You remember what you were doing on off days. So you were out having fun. And for these guys who basically sit in their apartments nonstop, other than going to the grocery store and going to those, selected places that they can go. It's not easy, man. And I give them a lot of credit in the fact that we've been through the first month here, and knock on wood, things have been for the most part okay. It's a great credit to the people that are involved,
and especially on the ice leadership and our captain, Spencer Astachuk. I mean, he goes out and just gets it done. Could not have a better representative of what the Allen Americans brand means. And we're just looking forward to getting back to playing some hockey.
Mike, for the questions that the people have and will have and maybe have already asked from the weekend's games canceled now, or postponed is the proper word there, postponed. When at some point here, I'm sure in the next couple weeks, you get together with the league and you try to get those games rescheduled?
Sure. We still had between April 4th and June the 8th to go in our next wave of schedule. So the 3 home games on a weekend with Wichita will be prioritized by Commissioner Ryan Creelan and his staff, Joe Ernst, Joe Babick, Dan Petrino, Rich Bello, all do a great job, Gabby Selly, all the folks that we deal with at the league office are doing a magnificent job, especially considering they're not even in the office yet. A lot of people in the Northeast have not gone back to work like we have here in Texas. So it's very critical to give thanks to the people who are managing these situations. We have 31 home games left in the regular season, and that's a lot of hockey. So you're going to see games on literally every day of the week we're going to be very efficient. We do have 3 games, as we'll talk about a little bit later, going over to the Eastern Conference. Only 2 conferences, no divisions this year.
Yeah.
There's 7 in the East and 7 in the West, and we're going to have 3 games over in Greenville, South Carolina against the Swamp Rabbits coming up here in February. And then we'll have somebody from the East coming here in the last part of the schedule, maybe more than one team. Maybe we'll go off again. The thing is for sure is, and the tickets will be honored, and hopefully we're going to have the opportunity to move forward and do some really fun things with more fans as this vaccine is distributed and more people feel comfortable going out to big gatherings.
Yeah, no doubt. And, with this being a holiday weekend, MLK Day being obviously celebrated on Monday, and we think about all that's happened in our country over the last, 7-8 months and how it has changed, maybe for good. We don't know how things will go going forward. And, just a great credit to all the people involved. I mean, if somebody would have told me a year ago that the ECHL would be the first professional hockey organization up and playing and get through as many games as we have, without knock on wood, more problems. It's amazing because, every day you talk to somebody and you hear about somebody else that's been, affected by the virus and buildings and in offices shutting down. It really is credit to the people involved and great job by Ryan Creelan and his staff. Mike, as we look forward to, and there was a lot of excitement in our office when the second wave of the schedule came out. That's the good thing, folks, as you just mentioned, the key right there. We still have 31 games left to play. It's almost a full season of Allen Americans hockey games. We only play 36 home games. So I like to say the best is yet to come. And, we want to preach this and trust me, I believe in it. I wear my mask when I'm, around the building and walking around and, trying to be safe and keep everyone else safe. You can feel safe coming to this arena because the people that run this event center, the people in the city of Allen, are great friends like Bain Brooks, city councilman, and you name it. Everybody, they believe in this. They want this to happen in the worst way. And we continue to keep preaching the message. When you come to the building, feel safe. You're going to be socially distanced from everyone else around you, and wear your mask. And it's no different than going to Walmart to pick up some groceries on a Sunday. Stay safe. I know you do, and we'll get through this.
Yeah, we're just going to do our best, like you said. Usually our season in the ECHL goes from October through April, and then we have the playoffs, and we have 36 home games. Right now, we'll have 36 home between February the 3rd and June the 6th, 7th or 8th. It depends on when our regular season is going to end. The playoff format, we're talking about that right now in the ECHL. It's going to be very different, very condensed with only 14 teams playing in the ECHL this year. We'll get that down and have that announced here in the next few weeks. But I'll tell you what was fun was this week as all of this was coming down. I mean, really as of midday on Thursday, we still thought everything was good to go for this weekend, but we were in the midst of not only, we've already turned in our dates for the remainder of this year. It's just a matter of getting everything into the computer and spitting out the dates of when we'll be at home and when we'll be on the road. But we're already working on next year. We've made requests to the league to have some really cool dates. We want to have our New Year's Eve game back. We want to have St. Patrick's Day like we do this year now. That's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have a fun promotion announced for that here in the coming weeks. And that's really one of the challenges and probably a frustration for our fans, Tommy. Because as you know, one of the great things about the Allen Americans is all the fun nights that we do out and about with promotions. And it's hard to put together a promotional schedule when you don't know your dates beyond a certain time. And you're also trying to manage forward possibility that the state of Texas is going to allow us to put more fans in the building, because when you take on certain promotions, you want to make sure that you have the return on investment opportunity there. But one thing I do want to share, and it's come up a few times on social media, we're going to have a police night. We're going to have a fire night. We're going to have a celebration of first responders that potentially could be combined into one night with one really cool promotion that we're looking at right now. We have military nights coming up. through the ECHL. We have 4 theme nights that the ECHL has partnered to work with the licensed partners, because you can't just go out and say, hey, we're going to do a Superman night, or we're going to do a Batman night or something like that. You have to work with the licensed partners. So we have a DC Comics night coming up, and we're going to do a Superman theme this year. We have a Marvel Comics night through the ECHL. We're going to do a Captain America night. So we've let the players get involved in the selection of the specialty jerseys. We also have a Nickelodeon night that is going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to do it. We're going to use here on Red, White, and You. We're going to do it with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Raphael, because we try to do things that actually look good with our red jerseys, our red hats, our red gloves, and our red pants. So sometimes that's together, and we've done that. And then finally, Star Trek night, not because we don't want to do a Star Wars night, but because Star Trek was willing to work with the ECHL and the Allen Americans to do a night. Star Wars is owned by Disney, and they've made a decision this year, a strategic brand decision, not to do any of these games. So as much as we'd want to do that this year, we just can't, but we will be doing that in the very first part of the 2021-22 schedule. So I want to get all the Star Wars fans excited that we're not abandoning that. We just can't do it this year the way we've known. And a full promotional schedule will be announced here, hopefully by the end of the month and through of our 31 games.
Well, the next game comes up for the Allen Americans next weekend in Kansas City. Our next home game here at the Allen Event Center comes up February 3rd. Can't wait. Mike, enjoy your football Sunday. Who you got today? You got Kansas City and Cleveland, or Tampa Bay, New Orleans? Who do you like?
I'm a traditionalist, and I'm also a fan of the underdog. So I'm going to go Browns. Spent 5 years living in Northeast Ohio, and really like the Browns organization. So I'm going to root for the Browns today. Nothing against the Chiefs and all, because the Chiefs are owned by the same people who own the Kansas City Mavericks. So I don't want to start like a war with the Mavericks, but it's okay. But in the second game, that's because, I used to live near Tampa, but, I got a soft spot in my heart for the Saints. So I'm going to go for the Saints today. I'm picking with my heart, not my head, but I have to ask you. Last night, you and I are texting during the Bills game with the Ravens. My son's a huge Ravens fan. I really don't care. But you're a huge Bills fan. So I'm kind of needling him and all this. So after all of the years of second place, Jim Kelly, Andre Reed, all these guys, Bruce Smith, all these years of second places, what was it like watching another team have Scott Norwood type results clanking the uprights? Because that was just crazy.
Yeah, you know what? In Justin Tucker's defense, he is arguably the best kicker in the NFL. That win last night in Buffalo was brutal. If you saw that when they put the cameras on the flags, it was swirling around, and I think he was dealing with a bit of that. The Bills kicker also missed too, and he's been really, really, really good over the last month. I'm proud of the team. I'm happy for that city. They've always been the underdog city. People don't say I'm moving to Buffalo because I want to spend time on the beach, even though there is some great places you can go to in the summer and relax and have a good time there. In what that city has done, just in adopting and definitely falling in love with their quarterback, Josh Allen. His grandmother passed away recently, and I don't know if you saw, they mentioned that briefly last night of the game at one of the local hospitals. One of the wings has been renamed after his grandmother, and the Bills fans donated over $1 million to have that done. So that just goes to show you the love affair that the city has with their sports teams. And it's been a long time since the Bills mattered or were relevant for that matter. So I think, you know what? I'm rooting for Cleveland too. First and foremost, because of our buddy Kevin Sykes-Gilbert in the office. We want his Browns to win, right? But selfishly, I want that AFC Championship game to be in Buffalo next week. Bills and Browns. It's exactly 2 hours and 47 minutes between stadium and stadium. I've made that drive many, many times. I think there would be just a great, environment back and forth. Of course, they own Lake Erie, right? Buffalo and in Cleveland. That's where they reside. And so it should be a fun game today. I still think the Chiefs are going to win. I think still think they're the best team in football. And tonight I'm rooting for my boy Tom Brady, even though, yes, he was a thorn in my side for many years when he was the quarterback of the New England Patriots. He has made me a lot of money in fantasy football. So I got to root for my boy Tom, and we'll see what happens from there. But
well,
Mike, thanks.
It's hard for me to pick against the Chiefs.
Yeah,
because Travis Kelce is one of my guys. When I worked at the University of Cincinnati, I was there. I'm really close with Travis's brother Jason, who's the center for the former world champion Philadelphia Eagles. I love Jason Kelce, probably one of my favorite athletes over the last 3 decades. But Travis is a fun guy too. But Travis is a wild card, and of course people know that if they watch him out there. But he will say and do anything. And you talk about a guy who keeps it light in the locker room. Polar opposites. They're both comedians, Jason and Travis Kelce, but it's hard to root against him, but I'm going to go for the Brownies today, and we'll see what happens. But you talk about the great fans in Buffalo. Just one closing word about the great fans here in Allen. Thank you, patience. Thank you for your understanding during what is a truly unconventional year. And together we'll get all through this, and just rest assured that we're listening to the things that you say out there. If you have suggestions, go ahead and send it to us at the Allen Americans. Engage us through any of our social platforms. And just know that Coach Martinson, Tommy, the rest of our leadership team, all could not be more thrilled to serve you, our fans here in Allen. Live in the red.
Mike, thanks for all you do, and enjoy your football Sunday.
Absolutely. Take care now.
The Red, White, and You podcast brought to you by Bang Solar.